Again, here's the problem with drop coverage. You have no backside help on Vucevic's roll right here. So now look, now this big, all right, has got to drop towards the ball, then recover onto Vucevic. The problem is that Vucevic is now just going to be able to get right into his post move, okay, and it's an easy 2. I need backside help, okay? You can't run a ball screen defense like this without backside help. This player needs to get up, push this guard out this way, right? I have backside help right here. This player slides down and occupies these two players 2 passes away. Okay, but I push this guard out, and now I have some backside help on Vucevic, so he's not able to get up into his post-up so easily. But you run drop coverage here, okay, with 0 backside help whatsoever, and it's just going to lead to an easy 2 for Vucevic. So again, the issue with drop coverage here is that you're giving the guard the lane, okay? And what does that do? It makes Kevin Love feel like he has to be in the gaps. Now, Kevin Love shouldn't be doing this. He's going to let his man get behind him, okay? And when this missed mid-range jumper happens, look, Kevin Love's the one being boxed out, and it just leads to an easy 2. Okay, so 2 things. 1, if you're running drop coverage here, okay, Kevin Love doesn't need to be in the gaps because this big is dropping towards the ball. He has to be seeing ball and man at all times. As his man cuts, he needs to go with him so he can be able to box him out. You can't let this Bulls player get behind you because then he's the one boxing you out. But I would never even let this guard get into the lane. Plus, it's DeRozan, who's a phenomenal mid-range jump shooter. Up, push this guard out this way. Look at this. You're walking right into backside help. Now I'm not giving up the lane, and I'm not giving up jumpers, okay, that can lead to offensive rebounds like it did, okay? But you run drop coverage. Kevin Love's in no man's land. He allows himself to get boxed out, and it's 2. You can't lean towards the screen early. Look at this guard, okay? Make him come off this screen. When you start to lean early, now you let him refuse it. See, look what happens here. See how he's leaning towards the screen early? So now it's an easy ball screen refusal. That draws this player, Vucevic's man, to help. So then Vucevic is wide open, and it's an easy 2. Again, you lean towards the screen early and anticipate the screen. You got to make him use this screen, and then our ball screen defensive coverage should be effective. But look what happens here. Look at how this guard right here is going to lean towards the screen. Look at that. See how he's leaning towards the screen? So now this player is just going to easily refuse it, blow by, and hit an open jumper. Again, it looks like you're leaning towards the screen. This is not icing a ball screen because this big would be underneath and pushing this player to the sidelines. So again, let's look at Lauri Markkanen. You have to make him use the screen. You got to make him come off this and have your defensive coverage just execute him effectively. But look at Lauri Markkanen. See how he's leaning towards the screen? So same thing. Now that forces this player to have to help. Okay, and then there's no one to guard Vucevic, so it's a wide open 3. You're getting back to bodies, not spaces, okay? Let's take a look at this Cavs player right here. Look, you got to find a body. Here's a body. Go check him, all right? But look what this player does. He's just getting back to a random spot on the floor, okay? So because of that, now that means that Alex Caruso's wide open for a catch-and-shoot 3. If you're going under the screen, you've got to jam the screener, okay? Look what happened. Look at because you don't jam the screener here. Look at this. You don't jam the screener. Look at how far under this player has to go. So now he's not able to resist DeRozan's drive till he's at the free throw line. And with DeRozan, he's such a great mid-range shooter, well, you end up fouling him. So again, right here, ball screen is set. Ball screen is getting set. I'm up. I'm jamming the screener. Okay? Because what does that do? If I jam the screener here, now I get on the other side a lot easier, and I meet him much further out much further out. So now I can actually defend what he's doing and not just let him get right into his mid-range jumper because what? Because I didn't jam the screener. Now he has to go way further under, and you're forced to foul him. Player is again leaning towards the screen early. Okay, here comes your ball screen getting set right here. And he's leaning really early. Again, first of all, we should be angling our body to force him to the middle of the floor right into your gap help. But make him use the screen. Because now my ball screen defensive coverage we can execute. When you start, look at how he's cheating the screen like that early. Okay, now it's just a simple ball screen refusal, and he's just going to get right to the lane for 2. Got to send DeRozan to where the post dig is. Okay, stop. So the ball's right here. Okay, I am angling my body because I got a post dig right here. And this player's doing a great job of being in position. So just angle your body, force him to come this way. We can dig, recover. Now the dribble's picked up early. You let him go this way, it's away from the post dig. And look what happens. See how he's going away from the post dig? So now you end up fouling him, and it's 2 shots. Drop coverage is atrocious, especially with DeMar DeRozan. So you fight over the top and drop the big. Only problem, DeMar DeRozan is a master mid-range jumper. So again, why are you just giving him a mid-range jump shot? Get up, okay? You're pushing his dribble out here. This player here slides up and backside help, okay? And we're good. We're pushing DeMar DeRozan towards half court. We're not just giving him the lane and giving him a wide open mid-range jumper that he's so good at, okay? But drop coverage, that's all I can say. 2 points. So this is horrible transition defense. The Cavs have a steal stop. Okay, Kevin Love, trail wide, because all you're trying to do is just get back. You trail to the middle of the floor, it's going to take you more time to get back. Trail wide. And then Rondo, I don't know, let's watch this. Look at this lollygagging back. Stop. It does not matter who you're guarding. You just need to get back. Because transition defense, you're going to get cross-matched, possibly. So just get back so that we can get you into guarding a body, or you get back in, so you can get back to a body. Okay? So Kevin Love is going to trail to the middle of the floor as opposed to trailing wide. Rondo is going to lollygag back and not get back at all, where he can just be sprinting back. And we can, because now look what happens. Because Rondo lollygags, because Kevin Love trails to the middle of the floor, this Bulls player who has no business to get this far behind those two Cavs defenders is going to get that far behind, and it's a dunk. Okay, I guess you're icing this ball screen here, okay? So right now, Kevin, first of all, one thing is that the backside help isn't coming from here. It's coming from here, okay? This is where the roll's happening. So it's this player that needs to be creeping up into this area just a little bit, okay? But number 2 is Kevin Love is back. Kevin Love's back, so you're in backside help on nothing because Kevin Love's recovered onto the big. You need to then get out over here. But you're in backside help when you shouldn't be because that's not where the backside defender comes from. Then Kevin Love's recovered, so you're in backside help on somebody that's recovered back onto the big, so you give up a wide open catch and shoot 3. If you're going to get up in DeRozan's airspace, you got to send him to the right direction. First of all, it looks like a screen's coming this way. But either way, we want to angle. We cannot let him go this way. This is away from our gap help. Our gap help, well, again, eventually this screen is going to end up coming this way. So our ball screen defense would end up being executed. But again, where's my gap help? Right here and right here. So this is where I want to send them. And those two players have to communicate that I'm in help side, so you know to send him to the left side of the floor. When you let DeRozan go this way, there's no gap defender to help you. So look what happens. You're in his airspace, so he blows by you away from your gap help, and it leads to a dunk. Terrible, so I can't see what's going on. But again, right now, what you're about to see, if the big for the Cavaliers is initiating contact right now, okay, soon as this ball gets rebounded, okay, you are battling for real estate with, I believe it's Tristan Thompson for the Bulls. You're battling for real estate early, okay? You're the one to initiate contact, okay? I know that this Cavaliers player isn't the one to initiate contact because he's sealed. This look doesn't happen where you're sealed if you initiate contact first. And this big for the Cavs, I believe that's Kevin Love, has got to be initiating contact first all the way back here. Like right now. Now you're initiating contact, so he can't seal you. But again, you let the Bulls big initiate contact first, so now you're sealed. And now they're just going to throw it down low, and it's going to be a wide open layup and 1. Okay, so 2 mistakes. One right here, look at this. So this player's going to fake like he's going to set a screen and then slip it. This player's going to start to try and fight over the top of a screen here. This screen isn't set. Again, if the screen happens let yourself get screened, and then you fight over the top. Or you're setting up to hedge the ball screen with the big right here. But the screen has to actually happen. Look at this Cavs player right here guarding the ball. Okay? See how he's going up early to try and fight over the top of a screen that never was set. So now this player's in the lane. That's mistake number one. Mistake number two is when you're in the gaps, it's just recover. It's not stunt and gamble, it's stunt and recover. So this player is going to be able to get out to the three-point line if all he does is recover. But look at this gamble, right? See that gamble right there? So now look at the angle he's taking. He's not going to get back out. If there's no gamble, it's just stunt, and then boom, I'm out to the three-point line. You're not giving up a wide open catch and shoot three. But you gamble there, so now look at the odd angle you have to take, and it gives up an open catch and shoot three. Down screen, horrible defense. This big cannot be unattached like this. He's got to get attached and show so this player can't curl, okay? He has got to be forced to have to go out a little bit so that this chase can actually happen. But when you don't show, look how this player is able to curl like this. See how he curls off the down screen, and now just get it right into the lane, and we got a two-shot foul. God-awful transition defense. Let's take a look at this Cavs player right here. I don't care that you're guarding one of these two players. You have got to get back to the three-point line so you're in the gaps. See, look at this right here. Because you're still out here and you're not at the three-point line, now there's no place for this player to go if you're at the three-point line, right? There's none. You're able to stunt and recover, okay? But instead, there's a driving lane that should never happen, so now look who has to help. This player here has to help, so there's no one to take his man in the corner, and it's just a wide open catch and shoot three. That is awful. Okay, this is, first of all, bad transition defense, okay? One gamble here we just saw is fine, but these gambles are not fine. Look at you're still gambling there, okay? Look at this. First gamble, fine, but now just sprint back. Get ahead of DeRozan. Okay, because he should never have had. If you're just sprinting back now, okay, you're ahead of DeRozan. But if you look at these gambles, still we're gambling. Okay, so now you're behind DeRozan. So DeRozan shouldn't even have this layup. But really, the problem is when the shot goes up, you have to box out. Shots up. Okay, this player should be going to find this player to box out. This player should go to this player to box out, and this player box out this player. The only person getting the offensive rebound, the only person getting the rebound is the Cavaliers. Now, here's where your offensive rebound comes from. So this player's got to go find this body right here. Get into his jersey. Box him out with your butt. Move him away from the rim. So the only one getting the rebound here is me. Okay? But when you don't do that, they become 50-50 balls, and that's just an easy offensive rebound and an easy putback for two. Okay, this is very basic, bad transition defense, okay? First of all, this is an unnecessary gamble, okay? Bulls clearly have the rebound. Sprint back. Just get back, okay? Sprint back. But so that's a stupid gamble right there. But now watch this Cavaliers player. Look at him lollygagging back. Get back. We need you in numbers, okay? Okay, we're going to get cross-matched, okay? This player says, I got Vucevic. That's great. Okay? Now you have to be getting back here. You're not getting back to a random spot on the floor. This player's got the ball. This player's got this guy. This player's got this guy. You got to get back here. And then you have to communicate with Osman right here. Okay? Either you take this guy and Osman takes this guy, or Osman takes this guy and you're sprinting to get this guy. But you lollygag back. You also are getting down the middle of the floor where there's no bodies to get back to, so you're just getting back to a random space on the floor, and it leads to this cut, which should never happen, draw a help, and a dunk. Your issue with drop coverage is watch this. So you're in drop coverage right here. Look at now you're going to let DeRozan slice through this way. There's too much room. So now he's just going to get right to the basket and draw an and one. Okay? So, again, stop being in drop coverage. Get up. Push DeRozan out, okay? Now DeRozan is out towards half court, or towards the sidelines, more towards half court. Now my backside defender can step up right here, okay, on this roll, okay, and we're good. We're not giving DeRozan the lane, though, okay? We're going to get in backside help, we'll recover, we'll be fine. But a ball screen defense that gives DeRozan the lane like this is awful, and it's an and one. Why are you in drop coverage with 4 seconds left on the game clock? Okay? Right here, up. There's 3.7 now left. Okay? So right here, this big is up. We are putting DeMar DeRozan is being pushed towards the sideline. This player can easily slide over and backside help on Caruso's roll, and if a skip pass is made all the way here, he'll easily be able to recover, okay, and we'll be good. But look at, you're in drop coverage, so I'm giving DeMar DeRozan the lane, letting him walk right into a mid-range jumper, which, oh, by the way, he might be the best in the league at, and you give up a two-pointer at the end of the half. One of the many awful things about drop coverage is look what happens. So now that this guard is fighting over the top, now I can snake dribble. Watch this guard snake dribble with the guard, keeping the guard on his back, and it's just a layup. Okay? So stop. You don't need to be fighting over the top and dropping. Here. Up. Up now. Push this guard out this way. This player slides up and backside help. Okay? And we're good. All right? But when you're in drop coverage, look what you can do. Now I can snake dribble and keep this player on my back, and it just leads to a layup. Stop giving up the lane. Again with drop coverage, all right? Bulls run an empty side ball screen. Look what this, you're asking this big to drop towards the ball, then there's no backside help. So generally what happens, it's a wide open jumper for Vucevic. So yet again, hedge please. Look at how easy this is. Hedge. Push this guard out this way. Backside defenders here. This player rotates down and occupies these two Bulls players 2 passes away, and we can X out depending on the rotation of the ball from there. But you run this drop coverage, look at this. You've just given up a 2-on-1. This player's behind the play. It's a 2-on-1 between these two Bulls players and this Cavs player. So naturally, it's an easy jumper. Okay, so guarding Vucevic, you can't sag, all right? Look at Kevin Love. Watch him sag. Okay, this is mistake number 1. You can't sag off Vucevic because all you're doing is giving him more space to back you down. No, up. Initiate contact now and send him to the middle, okay? This player needs to drop maybe a little bit. You want to be halfway between when the ball's in the corner like this, away from the ball. You want to be halfway between the ball and the three-point line, which is so another half step, right? Another half step inward. Okay, because now, so Kevin Love is up. You're right into Vucevic's airspace. He's not getting any free real estate that you're giving him. Okay, and you're forcing him to the middle. So now this player can just stunt and easily recover. Okay, but Kevin Love is going to sag. This player is not going to get halfway. So now it's just Vucevic going one-on-one with Love, and it turns into an easy hook shot. God-awful transition defense. You're getting back to bodies, not random space, okay? So right here, what is this player doing, okay? Like right now, look at this. Kevin Love's guarding right here. Go find a body. The body's right here. Or you can push this player over and take this player. But you have to find a body, and you have to communicate. When you just get back to random spots on the floor like this, this happens. Look at this. Now, there's nobody to guard this. Look at this. There's no one to guard this player on the wing, and it's a wide-open practice shot 3. You're again in drop coverage. You got back-to-back ball screens. Look how you're in drop coverage right here. So now it's just going to, look at this. This player cannot guard this player. He's not fought over the top of the screen yet, so he can't guard him one-on-one. So it's just going to let this player spin and get into a little jumper. So, okay, again, all right. This second ball screen, hedge. Look at how, oh my God, hedge. Push this guard out. The backside defender is literally standing here waiting for him. Why are you not hedging? Why are you giving up the lane? Why are you putting this defender in such a bad spot? But you're in drop coverage, and, well, you give up 2 points. Oh, my God. Again, drop coverage. Here you go. Look, Caruso, you let Caruso into the lane. Now, look, now someone has to go help at the rim, so there's no one to guard Vucevic, and it's an easy 2. So, again, get out of this absolutely garbage ball screen defensive concept, okay? And hedge. push Caruso out this way. This player can cheat up here and be in backside help on Vucevic's roll, okay? And now we're good. We're pushing Caruso away from the lane, not giving him the lane. But you give him the lane, bad things happen, and it's 2 points. Unbelievable. God-awful defense out of a sideline out of bounds. Here's a down screen out of a sideline out of bounds. What is this player doing? This man is setting a down screen. You've got to get attached and show. So this player cannot curl. He has to go out, and this chase can come through. But you don't show. So look, see how he's able to curl? So now this chase, he's late because you didn't show. And what does it do? It leads to a layup. Okay, so we got a stagger screen coming here for the Bulls. Now, a stagger screen. How do you want this defender here to chase off of this? He's supposed to go under the first, over the second. Look what he does. He goes over the first, under the second. When you go under the second, now you're going up the gut. So DeMar DeRozan is catching this ball if you do what you're supposed to do. Oh, and by the way, this big is supposed to stay attached and show. Okay? So if you're going under, over, and this big is showing, now DeMar DeRozan's not going to be able to just curl right off of it. You're going to force him to have to catch the ball further out, okay? And now your chase, where you go under, over, so he's catching the ball further out. That's key because DeMar DeRozan's great at the mid-range. So you let him catch the ball much lower than he should. But again, the problem, look at this. Where are you forcing DeMar DeRozan? You're forcing him away from your gap help. Okay, now right here, I don't know why this player here, his back is turned to the ball. You should have your back to the baseline so you're seeing ball and you're seeing man. But I want to angle my body. This is not one-on-one defense. This is team defense. I'm forcing DeMar DeRozan here where I have gap help. Okay, when you let him go this way like you're about to, okay, you're left on an island and it's just going to be an and one for Chicago. So you're in drop coverage, so you give up a wide-open mid-range jumper like this. Okay, drop coverage is the worst ball screen defense ever created. All right, watch, we're up. We're pushing this guard out this way. Okay, we're pushing him away from the lane. Backside help here. This player slides down and occupies these two players 2 passes away, and we can X out depending on where the rotation of the ball goes. Okay, but we're not giving up the lane. We're not giving up wide open jumpers, and that's what happens when you're in drop coverage. You're letting Tristan Thompson catch this ball too low. Look at right here. All right, so now it's right now. You've got to be pushing him out right here. Get him out. Battle for real estate. Push, because the further he catches it, the easier it is to dig in the post, and obviously the harder it is for him to post up in general. But again, you have to be initiating contact. Okay? Look at when you let Tristan Thompson initiate contact, look. Now he's got you. Look where he's catching it. He's catching this all the way here, as opposed to if back here, okay, you were not just lollygagging, you were pushing him out, constantly battling for real estate. You were the one initiating contact. Now he's catching the ball further out, and it's much easier for us to dig in the post and for him to post up in general. But look, now he's the one initiating contact, so now he's going to be catching the ball way lower than he should be. And see, look at how much harder this post dig is now because he's caught the ball so close to the basket, so it leads to 2. This is horrible transition defense, so look at we're going to stop it right now. So the 2 people ahead of the ball are the ones that stop the ball. Okay, this player should not be getting back towards the ball. He should be trailing wide and getting back to this player here, okay, so that this player can step up and take the ball, all right? That's what needs to happen. You got to stop the ball, and the players ahead of the ball stop the ball. You go find a body. You're not getting back to a random spot on the floor, okay? You're going to find a body. But instead, this player goes down the middle of the floor. No one's ends up stopping the ball, and it's 2 points. So again, you're in drop coverage, but this is just a bad form of drop coverage, which is already a bad ball screen defense. This big has to stay underneath the ball. This player's fighting over the top. You've got to stay underneath the ball. When you don't stay underneath the ball, this happens. DeRozan gets right to the lane, and it ends up being an and one. So, all right. So, but I would never even be giving DeRozan anything. I'd be, again, hedging here, pushing him out towards the three-point line. This player can come up here, okay, and then backside help. All right, Kevin Love can kind of, if a rotation pass gets made, it's an easy X out. What's the X out? It's if a skip pass is made here, Kevin Love starts to come over here, and then boom, he's over there, and then the man that went in backside help just X's out onto Kevin Love's man. But you're in drop coverage. The big has to drop towards the ball, so this is a bad version of drop coverage, which is just already a bad version of ball screen defense, so you give up an and one for Chicago. I don't know what this defense is. Are the Cavs in a zone? I mean, I guess here you switch this ball. Okay, so you switch this ball screen, but I'm assuming the Cavs are in a zone because if this is a zone, this is terrible. You should never have two people guarding one. That means zero people's guarding another, and it happens to be DeRozan. This player's got to stay here. So whether this is a zone, you need to stay here. Cedi Osman's got this player, okay? Or if it's man-to-man, you switched this ball screen, so you've got to obviously stay with DeRozan. But this player's coming to double right here, so now we have two people guarding one, and nobody guards DeRozan, and he's just going to catch and shoot. What the heck was that? Okay, so you trap this ball screen, okay? How do I know you're trapping? Because right now, DeRozan picks up his dribble right now. So Kevin Love, if you were hedging, would be retreating back onto the big, okay, as soon as he picks up his dribble. But you're trapping. So what can you never do when you're trapping a ball screen? Let them easily pass out of it to one pass away. Right here when this ball screen is getting set, this defender's got to be moving all the way up here because I cannot allow this pass to Vucevic to get made. I have got to be up, okay? This player can slide down and take two passes away because we're up and we're trapping this ball screen. We're not worried about two passes away. We're worried about one pass away here and one pass away here. Because if they pass out of a trap, out of a ball screen trap, you're screwed because you're giving up numbers, and that's exactly what you allow. So it leads to a wide open three. This is atrocious transition defense. So Kevin Love's getting back. Okay, you got to see the floor. Why don't get back to random spots on the floor? Get back to a body. All right. This player's got this Bulls player. So if I'm Kevin Love, this player clearly has the ball. I need to be coming this way to take this man right here. And this big needs to stay on this man right here. But we want him sprinting back, but he's going to be eventually taking this man when he gets back in half court. But look what happens here. Where's Kevin Love going? You're just going to a random spot on the floor instead of finding a body. So look what ends up happening. This player's got to guard the ball and then on this handoff, get back out, which is never going to happen, okay? Because this player should just be up and stopping the ball. Kevin Love should be here getting towards this body, and someone should be communicating to Kevin Love to get there, okay? But Kevin Love screws this all up. Because look, now this player's got to take the ball and then come all the way out to guard this dribble handoff, which will never happen. And now this player's also in no man's land. He should have been up here. So all in all, it ends up just leading to a wide open three. It's a disaster. So the Cavs are in a zone here. Now, Kevin Love has got to initiate contact earlier. Okay, stop. So Kevin Love's communicated for this player to take this part of the zone. That's fine. But Kevin Love's got to be moving up quickly, to be battling for real estate, pushing Vucevic out. Remember, the further we push Vucevic out, the easier it is to dig in the post. But look where he's going to let Vucevic in. Look at how low he lets Vucevic get. Instead of right now getting up and pushing Vucevic out. So he's catching the ball much further out. And so instead, look what he does. He lets look where he's letting Vucevic catch this ball. Well, eventually. See? Look, now he's got him sealed in the post because Vucevic was the one to initiate contact, not Kevin Love. And now he's catching the ball low. We can't dig in the post because it's so low, and it's an easy two. Again, where are you letting this ball handler go here? Look at this. You've got to angle your body. Force him this way. There's a gap defender here. There's a gap defender here. If he goes this way, I have no help in the gap. Okay? And you're not angling him to the middle of the floor, into the teeth of the defense. You let him go away from there, and it's just going to lead to a layup. Okay, so you're in drop coverage. You drop the big higher, okay, but here's the problem, all right? Once DeRozan's dribble's picked up, okay, look at this. Dribble's picked up, stop. Dribble's picked up, okay? So this player should not be jumping to try to get a steal. You're just recovering back here, and then Osman's able to recover back there. But look at, this player's jumping for a steal, so now Osman's still committed to backside help. Right here, DeRozan's dribble's picked up, you're recovering. Osman can then easily recover. But you jump for I don't know what reason, so then Osman is in backside help for far longer than he needs to be, and it's just going to lead to a rip-and-go drive. You draw help, and it's an easy catch-and-shoot three.